Sealed only Yu-Gi-Oh! Is rough. Everything you need to pull, you must pull from unopened product like structure decks, packs, and mystery cubes. I'm just an average Joe, only one regional top, and only been playing the game for about a year. Can someone as inexperienced as me, someone who has the worst luck on pulls, and loses every single die roll, even top a regional with a sealed only deck on a budget of $30 a week? Stay tuned for this series of Sealed Only Yu-Gi-Oh!
We're going to start the sealed only journey with a deck that I've never even played before. I've watched Nimdim's series, I've seen Rev's card series on their own sealed only journeys, and I figured that I wanted to try it myself. I've wanted to do YouTube for a really long time too, and I feel like this would be a really good way to start things off with the Shaddoll Showdown structure deck that just came out the day that I am getting these. By the time the year's probably scrounging the depths of YouTube to find this, a lot of you probably have already seen all the cards that are in this. Regardless, we are going to go over every single card that is in these and then come up with our own deck profile and take this to locals. So let's see what we have to work with though. Let's go ahead and open this bad boy up. Let's go ahead and take a look at what's in these. Of course, we got our Duel Links thing here in the back. But okay, here we go. So first card, we have Shaddoll Grista, I'm not sure. But it takes one Shaddoll monster and one fire monster. Must be fusion summoned when your opponent with special summon monster. Well, you have a Shaddoll card in your hand. Quick effect, you can negate the summon if you do destroy that monster and then send a Shaddoll card from your hand to the graveyard. Okay, so it's kind of like a judgment then. That's actually pretty sweet. So we got Grista. We got the new one, Apcalone. I'm going to call it Al Capone, I don't care. 2 Shaddoll monsters with different attributes. I know it's one of the new things that's been going on with the Shaddoll monsters. Must first be fusion summoned, cannot be destroyed by battle. You can only use one of the following effects of Al Capone once per turn. If it's special summon, you can target one face up on the field and negate its effects. Oh, so it's kind of like a Lost Wind, just without the having the attack. And if it's sent to the graveyard, you can add a Shaddoll card from your deck or graveyard to your hand and discard a card. Cool, that's pretty sweet. We got the new artwork for Shaddoll Construct, newly added to 3 recently. I don't know if it was this ban list or the last one. But I'm sure everybody that watches this already knows what she do. We have Shaddoll Chaos or Chaos. I don't know. A bunch of people have been pronouncing this differently. But you can special summon one Shaddoll monster from your hand or face up, face down defense position with on its flip. And if this card is sent to the graveyard by a card effect, you can send one Shaddoll monster from your hand to the graveyard. If you do, for the rest of the turn, all monsters you control gain attack or defense equal to the original level of that monster sent to the graveyard times 100. Seems kind of like situational. Doesn't seem great. Almost seems like an Orcus Brass Bombard, in my own opinion. I'm not sure. We'll see if that finds a way to the deck. It is a light as well. Shaddoll Wendy. From what I've heard, this is like insane. Flip, you can special summon a Shaddoll monster from your deck in face up or face down defense position, except Shaddoll Wendy. If this card is sent to the graveyard by the card effect, you can special summon one Shaddoll monster from your deck in face down defense position, except Shaddoll Wendy. You can only use this effect one effect per turn only once that turn. So she specials from deck. That's insane. Any card that specials from deck is awesome. The other new card, Nail Shaddoll Aerial. You can target one of your banished Shaddoll monsters, special summon it in face up or face down defense position. If this card is sent to the graveyard by a card effect, you can target up to 3 cards in the graveyards, banish them. Okay, so we can banish our own stuff. Oh, sweet. We can actually banish our opponent's stuff too, so we can even use this as disruption if we need to. Cool. And I've heard this trap is insane. Resh Shaddoll Incarnation. You can target one Shaddoll monster in your graveyard, special summon it in face up or face down defense position. That's awesome. And it's got a graveyard effect. You can banish this card and one Shaddoll card from your graveyard, then activate one of these effects. Change one face down monster you control to face up defense position. Change one face up monster you control to face down defense position. And you can only use one of those effects per turn. So it's got, you actually flip stuff. That's awesome. And special stuff from grave. That's awesome. That's really cool. New art for Corwinda. I feel like a lot of you already know what she do. I really do like this artwork for Wenda. I hate the construct alternate art for Wenda. It's awful. We got Shekinaga, Shaddoll Fusion, which is awesome. Thankful for these reprints. Going into the commons, so that's all the foils. There's a lot of foils in this set. We have Falco, Hedgehog, Squamata, Dragon, Beast, Hound. I think Hound's one of the bad ones. These two are awful, so we're just gonna... whatever. Nope. No, really, no, awful. Okay, on to good cards. BLS, Envoy of the Beginning. Fantastic reprint. Really glad that this came in common. Like, even the old common reprints were, like, even a couple bucks a piece, if I remember correctly. So, this is definitely going to find its way into our deck. We got Lava Golem. Fantastic going second card. So, kind of like Kaiju, but it takes up takes 2 monsters out, but it also takes up your normal summon. Also does some burn damage if you're going into time. Another reprint of Dad recently at 3. Fairy Tale Sleeper, because they think they put Snow in the OCG, but that's banned for us, so they had to give us a different Fairy Tale. We got Perform H Trick Clown. This is going to be one of the targets we use for Construct. Another reprint of Armageddon Knight. Fantastic staple. We got Felus Lightsworn Archer. We might try to find a way to put this into the deck. I don't know. I feel like sending 3 cards from the top of our deck to the graveyard is awesome if we can hit a bunch of Shaddolls. So maybe we'll put this into the deck. Not sure. So we got Felus. We got Electromagnetic Turtle. During your opponent's battle phase, you can banish this card from your graveyard to end the battle phase. So this could save us in dire situations. We got Mathematician. Another fantastic reprint. Really glad that this got another common reprint because, again, Mathematician was going up because of Orcus and now especially with BA. We got Curry Bandit. I feel like this has had a ton of reprints. Parapara Cerberus. Actually don't know what this does. If you take damage by battle or an opponent's card effect while this card is in your graveyard, you can banish this card from the graveyard, then target 1 card in the field, destroy it. That's awesome. I think this is one of our targets for Shekinaga since it's Earth. We have Curse of the Shadow Prison, another reprint of El Shaddoll Fusion, Nef Shaddoll Fusion. So I think this is the one that changes attributes to fit like different Shaddoll requirements for the fusions. Super Polymerization, another fantastic reprint. Definitely going to be playing this. Another copy of Instant Fusion, another reprint. Fantastic. This was going up to like $3 a copy, I think, for even just the commons. Allure of Darkness, another fantastic reprint. Foolish Burial, awesome. Living Fossil, I think this only had 1 printing before this. It was like a secret rare. I'm not quite sure what set it was in, but this was one of the cards that you played if you were doing the Power Patrol Dragon Armageddon Knight loop. Is one of the equipped cards you were going to send. Pot of Avarice, just recently back at 1, keeping this card available. That's awesome. Yet another reprint of Twin Twisters. We got Shaddoll Core, Sinister Shadow Games, Pure Rush Shaddoll Aeon, Lost Wind, fantastic reprint. I think the lowest rarity for this was rare before this, so now we finally got it in common. Unending Nightmare, fantastic to destroy spells and traps. Necrofusion, awesome. Subterror Succession. And for our last couple extra deck monsters, we got El Shaddoll Wendigo. This is one for our wins. Again, this would be a super poly target to take out Napaloosa, so we still might play this one. So we got Wendigo, Anoyatilis, and the worst Link monster we could ask for right now, just because of how awful its arrows are, we got Shaddoll Construct. Not El Shaddoll Construct, just regular Shaddoll Construct. And, of course, our Duel Links thing. Oh, with the Dark Side Dimension stuff. It's actually pretty cool. First, we're going to go ahead and open up our other 2 structure decks, and let's go ahead and see what we can make out of these 3 structure decks. I'm pretty excited. Let's check it out. Hey guys, so we're finally done with our deck profile. Not gonna lie, this was a little bit more difficult than what I thought it was going to be. Keeping this deck down to 40 cards was rough. You'll see. So let's go ahead and just get straight into it. So starting things off with our normal summons. we are playing 3 copies of Mathematician. Fantastic normal summon. The only card that this can't send in the deck that's useful is Beast, but I'm perfectly fine with that. I don't want to play the Armageddon just for the added benefit of sending Beast, because Armageddon can't send things like Wendy or Ariel. Speaking of Wendy and Ariel, we are playing 2 Wendy, as well as 2 Ariel. These are all the new Shaddoll support monsters that we got. They're fantastic. Ariel's going to get greater, I guess better for us in our combos as soon as we get Cross Sheep, which we don't have right now. We are only playing 1 Falco, because Wendy kind of acts as a pseudo Falco, I guess. Wendy's better than Falco, but just for the additional name, I guess. We are playing 2 Dragon because I hate back row, and sending Dragon to pop back row is awesome. We are playing only 2 Squamata, thinking about bumping this up to 3 in the future. So only 2 Squamata. We are playing 2 Beast. I was playing 1 before, but the second one was coming up in the grind game. And we are playing 2 Hedgehog. This does it for our Shaddoll monster lineup. Then we are playing, as our targets, we're playing Trick Clown, Electromagnetic Turtle. Sorry if you hear a piano in the background. We are quite the musical family. But we have Trick Clown, Electromagnetic Turtle to save us from dying for like a Boros Sword of Decay, and Cerberus. We are playing a going second version of the deck, so we are playing double Lava Golem, as well as double BLS, to be able to banish things, especially the cards that can't be targeted. Well, and not targeted, things that can't be destroyed by card effects, so we do have the banishing option there. And then Lava Golem because it's literally a kaiju. For our spells, we're maxing out on all of our fusions for the most part. So playing triple Shaddoll fusion, triple L Shaddoll fusion, as well as playing 1 copy of Neff Shaddoll fusion. This is the one that changes the attributes to kind of get into the other fusions that you need to get into. Keep in mind this can only be equipped to a Shaddoll monster, so it does have that restriction, but it also does act as another fusion for us. Keeping up with the fusion stuff, we are playing triple Super Poly, especially because we are a going second deck. This card is nuts. So we got triple Super Poly. Moving on to our 1-ofs, we are obviously playing the 1 mandatory Foolish Burial. And kind of going on with our 1-ofs, we're also playing 1 Pot of Avarice. Really thinking about cutting this when I was testing it, especially with Ariel banishing cards from the grave and us doing a lot of banishing. Getting 5 monsters in grave for Avarice is kind of difficult. So this might be one of the cards that we cut first going forward. But going along with more draw power, we are playing triple Allure of Darkness, even though a lot of our deck is not necessarily light. And that's kind of one of the problems that we have with Allure of Darkness, is because Wendy and Ariel are wind and water. So it doesn't synergize well with Allure of Darkness. Neither does BLS, Trick Clown, any of our targets for our fusions. They're not necessarily dark, so we are running into that issue with Allure. So we might try to find different draw spells or keep Allure. I don't know. We'll figure something out. But it's good for the time being. And then we are playing double Rush Shaddoll Incarnation. This card is nuts. Being able to send it with Squamata or sending it with El Shaddoll Construct is awesome to get the flip effects of the cards on the field, especially when you special stuff with Wendy. This card gets nuts as soon as we get Cross Sheep, which will probably be the first card that we're chasing after. But let's move on from the main deck. Let's go ahead and move on to our extra deck. We're playing triple copies. Well, triple copies of El Shaddoll Construct. Mandatory. You can't play less than 3 in the pure build. We are playing triple Winda. Winda is effectively a win condition against some combo decks that don't have an immediate out. So Winda's awesome. We're playing triple Apcalone, triple Al Capone. This card's awesome, acting kind of like a Lost Wind, which kind of synergizes with our Lost Wind in the side deck. Playing double Shuckanaga to kind of go with our Cerberus. 1 Wendigo as a Super Poly target against Appaloosa. and then 1 Greista. This card is a super poly target for Salamangreat and any other fire decks. I guess Grenmaju as well if we happen to go against that. And then to finish off the extra deck, we're playing 2 copies of Shaddoll Construct. This card sucks right now because we don't have any really good access to Construct without using our EMZ. When we go into Master Roll 5 in April, this will get a lot better. But for the time being, this is just bad. I was thinking about cutting 1 for the Anoyatilis, just because we can't use Construct that much, but we'll see. That's it for our extra deck. Moving on to our side deck, though, because this structure deck is big enough that you can have a side deck as well. We are playing 1 copy of Lava Golem, just in case we go up against combo decks, and we're going second. For spell and trap removal, we are playing triple Twin Twister. Kind of mandatory 3 of nowadays. We are playing our 3rd copy of Shaddoll Incarnation in the side deck. Just in case we go first. A lot of the side deck is for going first. Playing double Core in the side. Triple Lost Wind. This card's nuts. Love this trap. More back row hate. We are playing triple Unending Nightmare. And for the last 2 cards that we're playing double Subterror Succession. I don't think I'm ever going to side into Subterror Succession. But it's there for going first, just in case we need more back row stuff. I don't know, but it's just kind of it's filler for right now. These will be the first 2 cards that go in the side deck for sure. So let's go and take this deck to locals and let's see what happens.
Boom, face reveal. So we're here the day after locals. I'm here at school, and my phone died, so I have to just tell you about the matches and we'll see what happens. So round 1, played against Heroes. We lost. It was really bad. Because we're playing the going second version, he ended on a Plasma, which we got around and we were okay for a little bit. But he ended up comboing off hard after we had just a Shekinaga on field, so that didn't help anything. We weren't able to get Winda on field, unfortunately, just with how our hand was. We had like double Lava Golem, something stupid. He ended on like Dread Decimator and Absolute Zero. It was bad, and then he just swung for game because he had Honest Neos in hand. So we lost game 1. Game 2, same type of thing happened. We opted to go second. He again goes for Plasma, and it was a very grindy game. We almost tied. We had him on the ropes. We got him down to about 400 life points, and then we lost. It couldn't do anything. It just couldn't do anything, and he swung for game. We lost round 1 2-0. Round 2, we ended up going up against Frightfur Invoked. That was scary. Game 1, we lost. Bad. Kraken sent my whole field to grave. Couldn't do anything. Game 2, we ended up winning. We just comboed off. Game 2, he ended on a board with BLS, Kraken, and Sabertooth. And we top decked a beast that when it's sent to grave from Shaddoll Fusion, or from El Shaddoll Fusion, top decked us into a Super Poly. So then we were able to go into double Shekinaga, which was insane. It was great. We ended up actually outgrinding him for game 2. It was great. Game 3, we're like 2 minutes left of the round going into game 3. He made me go first, and we were able to get into Winda. I'm like, okay, since we get in the window, like, we might be okay. He misplayed hard, he special Pancratops and forgot that Winda can't be destroyed by card effects, so he popped his own Pancratops to destroy Winda, and like, cool, that's fine, Winda's not destroyed. And then that was it. He passed to me, normal math, swung for 37, passed right into his standby phase, and that was it. So we won game 2. Shouldn't have won game 2. Oh, we shouldn't have won match number 2. So we're 1-1 at that point. Round 3, we're up against Pure Generator, which surprisingly enough was an easy matchup. I play Generator Trickstar a little bit, and like it's nasty. It's nasty. It's really good, really good. But Lava Golem put in a ton of work, and so did Dragon, popping his boss stage a ton. I think every game he got into 3 boss stages, and we popped all of them. It was awesome. He kept going into Nidhogg, and Nidhogg can't negate the fusion summons, because you have to negate the actual fusion spell. You don't negate the actual fusion. So Nidhogg was super easy to get over, and once we got into Construct, he couldn't do anything about it. He couldn't beat over it. And he tried to go to Ugardia, and we were able to just chain everything, just make another Construct, swing over Zugardia, like, it was fine. So we went 2-0. Yeah, we went 2-0 against Generator. And that was round 3, so we're 2-1 at that point. Round 4, we ended up going up against... What did we go up against round 4? Oh, we ended up going up against Altergeist. But it was not a very good Altergeist. Like, he was playing, like, the Synchro. His trap lineup was kind of iffy. But he was playing things like... Get Out and, like, Toll Hike. Some really weird traps. Like, they're situational. They're good in their own right. But he never resolved Multi-Faker once. So I guess I'm super lucky on that point, because if he did, like, we're dead. We're dead. So we were able to play around his traps pretty well. So we were fine in that regard. We beat him 2-0. He was... The way that our locals ends up working with our prizes, if you go 3-1, you get 4 packs. And on entry, you get 2 OTS packs. If you go 4-0, you get 10 packs. So, just to make sure that I got the win, I asked him, like, hey, like, it would be cool if, like, you just gave me the win anyway. I'll give you 2 packs. So, coming up in just a second, you'll see our pack openings. Okay. So Hiyori, 9 less cat needed that. Curry, and nothing else crazy. Yeah, already memory. Well, at least we got an Ultra. That doesn't help us at all. And MTS packs. Let's see what we got. Probably in token, not like we have that. Kren Machu. Like, that's gonna help. Yeah, we didn't really pull anything from those packs, but honestly, 3-1 for our first locals. I think that's pretty solid with just structure decks. I think the next set we're going to open is going to be Ignition Assault. We need Cross Sheep. We really need Cross Sheep. So, we'll just have to see. Then we're going to try and get our Invoke stuff. So, if you want to see if we got the rest of our stuff, check in next time.